Welcome back, beer tubers. Ryan here, back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Doing an international Skype collab this time with Peter. He's back in Denmark, the master of hoppits, and we're gonna look at a beer from his neck of the woods. This is Old Mephisto barley wine style ale from what translates into the brewery Devil's Brew. I am not gonna attempt to pronounce that because I'm gonna screw it up. It's a 10.5% barley wine. I first heard about this beer at Stone's Rare Beer Breakfast when the guys from Beer Geek Nation came out, and this was recommended to us to try, and I tried it there, and I remember really liking it, and just happened across a bottle in town and bought it, and I mentioned it to Peter and said, hey, if you ever get a bottle, let's do a review of it. So here we are, clear beer. Very nice
it's got
looking.
like hop haze, but when I look on the bottom of my bottle, there's a nice thick layer of yeast in there. But like the first pour here is nice, clear. It's kind of like that, almost like a mahogany, coppery.
Yeah, there's a little bit of yeast in suspension, but it's pretty clear otherwise. Got a nice little, like, finger of, like, light brown, kind of dark tan head.
Yeah.
But it's a really, like, nice ruby red when I hold it up to the light.
Yeah, holding up to the light is actually a really, really nice color.
Yeah, definitely some alcohol eggs on there, 10.5%.
Yep.
Let's get that aroma. Oh, that smells awesome.
That is super sweet and malty. I get some hop notes in there, but I guess this is maybe a little bit of an aged bottle, but it's more of like a little bit of a piney or a resiny, sticky hop feel, but it's not very dominant.
Yeah, I get a lot of like sugary caramel notes.
Yeah, really sugary caramel, and like some of those, like kind of just like grain when you mash.
Yeah, it's got a really like sweet bready character that's really pleasant grain bread character. I get a little bit of like a cherry note, like a
like a cherry or just a generic kind of berry fruitiness. And when I popped the cap on it, for some reason I also saw like generic red berry, just like was the third thing.
Yeah, there's definitely red berry, like like I said, it doesn't really stand out as like raspberry or something like that, but it smells good. I'm not really smelling any alcohol. Are you?
No, not really. I think the malt bill really hides the alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know. Smells good. Ready to taste?
Yeah, let's give it a taste. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow, that's 10.5%.
That's insane. You can drink this all day, almost.
Wow, I mean, this is my breakfast right now here in San Diego, and first beer of the day. I can't taste any alcohol in this.
Me neither. The alcohol is very, very well masked. That is really well done.
Follows the nose really, really well.
Yeah, it's got a really nice mouthfeel too. It's got that nice kind of silky mouthfeel, a little bit of a dryness to it as well. Yeah, I'd say it's like a fuller side of medium.
Yeah, fuller side of medium, exactly. And yeah, creamy, just smooth, silky mouthfeel. This is scary drinkable for 10.5%.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, you can taste it right now. It tastes more like an aged. I can taste like it's more of an American style barley wine because it's got a solid amount of bitterness still.
Yeah. It's just kind of right on. It's right on the tip of your tongue, that kind of bitterness, but it's pretty much faded in the beer.
It's not as intense as it like probably the fresher bottle are, but there's kind of still somewhat of a trace of a hop flavor in there. But mostly, as you say, follows the aroma. A lot of caramel and sugary notes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sugary without being overly sweet because it does dry out and there's enough hop in there to balance it out. It's a really well overly balanced because it's, sugary, sweet caramel, that sweet bread characters.
Kind of like those red fruits, the red berries. But it's so dangerously drinkable, though. Even though it's a barley wine and 10.5%, and barley wines are huge beers, this goes down really, really easily.
Yeah, it's got that sort of cherry berry note that I get it kind of towards the back end, like as it's drying out. And it's just a really well done barley wine. This and some bourbon barrels would be amazing.
Oh yeah, that'd be phenomenal, especially because of the balance. if they could balance the bourbon and oak flavors right in there, that would be
get
phenomenal.
some vanilla notes in there. But as it is, I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, it's a pretty good base beer. It's a really, really nice party wine this year, and this me and Ryan sipped on it a little. It's got such a nice balance on it. And we talked about this would be really nice in barrels.
Yes.
Really, really good. So rating wise for me, I'm gonna give this a 90. It's a really good barley wine. Djævlebryg in general makes some really tasty beers. So yeah, what about you, Ryan?
Yeah, on my scale, I'd give it an A, about 100, maybe like a 92, 93, somewhere right in there. I really enjoy this, and like you mentioned, it's so well balanced, and it's so well brewed that there's no alcohol aroma, taste, heat on the throat. It's like hard to believe it's 10.5%, and it's incredibly balanced with great mouthfeel. So I really enjoy this one. So it's going to wrap it up with our Sky Collab beer with Peter back in Denmark. And get this beer if you can. I think people would really enjoy it. It's sort of an Americanish style barley wine, but has, the hops are faded on it. So pick it up if you see it around town. And thanks to Peter for joining me. And we'll see you on another beer review. Cheers.
Cheers.